Welcome back. We will now look at the sign-up forms, and you can get to the sign-up forms by going to the sign-up forms tab and clicking this link. Now, when you first reach the sign-up forms tab, you can actually click this button, which will take you through a wizard. We're going to go ahead and we're going to click this green button to create our first sign-up form. This is actually going to bring us to a screen where we can actually design our own opt-in form using the templates that you see here, or a plain transparent template, which you'll see here. You'll also notice that there are fields, and you'll notice that we have a field that was created earlier in our custom fields area. So if you wanted to create another custom field, all you need to do is to click this button, create a new field. It's the same field function that we found in the list options. Now, this template builder will allow you to preview each form as you build it, so that if you want to know what your form is actually going to look like, you can click this preview button. Now, if you get this error message, that means then that you have pop-ups blocked, and you'll need to enable them in order to see your preview. Now, in Google Chrome, this will mean going to the right-hand side. You'll need to click this button, and then you'll need to click Always Allow Pop-ups from AWeber, and then click Done. Once you've done that, you can then click the Preview button, and then you'll see your form there. You may still get the message to appear again, but you'll be able to preview your form. When you click the message inside of AWeber, it goes away. Now, each element of your sign-up form has detail that can be changed. For example, you can change the detail in the header by clicking this link, and you'll notice that you can change the background color or the border, and you can even go into some of the advanced options to put in images and to pad some of the margins. And each individual field will have this kind of detail. We can do detail for the body, and you'll notice that you have the same options available. You can look at detail for labels, which in this case would mean you can change the font on the text, make it larger or smaller. You can look at detail on the inputs, which is actually what goes into the text boxes, which you can control again using advanced options. You can actually change the detail on the links. You can also change the detail on the submit button. Now, one thing you'll note about the submit button is when you click the advanced options, you'll notice that AWeber is using a certain button image. If you'd like to use a different button image, or you'd like to use a button image on your page, you can actually do that by putting the address of that button in this link. You can look at detail in the footer area. And once again, you have all of the images that you can actually have available to you, as well as margins and spacing. You can take out elements in your form by going to this top bar. And for example, if we want to see the form without the header, if we want to see it without the footer, if we want to see it without the privacy warning, if we want to see it without powered by AWeber, we can actually do that. And once again, we can always check our preview to see exactly how our form is going to look. We can close out, click the message, and the message goes away. Now, to go back to the other menu, we will want to go back and click Form Type, and then that'll bring us to two other aspects of the design of the opt-in form. And you'll notice that this form that we're looking at right now is considered to be an inline form. We can actually look at a different form, and we can look at a popover. And again, we have all of the options available to us in order to change the popover. We can also preview the popover. And we can do that by clicking the preview button. And you'll see how the popover is actually going to look. We can also do a light box. And we can preview the light box to see how that's going to look, which darkens the entire screen and saves your opt-in box so that the visitor can see it. We can also do a pop-up. And once again, this is how your pop-up will look over the page. We can change the width of the overall form. And it can be smaller, or we can actually change it this way also by using the handles. Now, once you've determined how you want your opt-in form to look, you're going to click Go to Step 2. Now, when we create an individual form for an individual purpose, we'll want to name that form. We can actually do that here in the basic settings. It's quite possible that we'll create a form for this list, but for a different purpose. And we'll be naming that in a different. So we will go ahead and name this form, and we can click Save. Now we are going to stop the video at this point, and we are going to come back, and we're going to finish step 2 of setting up your form. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.